1 week after the heroic return, Mukolo and Murumbi were chosen to attend the Red Swimmers training in Idaho. With excitement burning in their hearts, they bid a heartfelt farewell to Reggae Nation. They set out across the vast ocean, the horizon stretching endlessly before them. The salty breeze whipped through the ship as they silently navigated toward Idaho. As they charted their course, they carried with them the hopes of their people and the unwavering belief that the responsibility of returning and training other Reggae Nation warriors was solely theirs. After sailing for a day, Mukolo and Murumbi finally saw the rugged shores of Idaho looming in the distance. The mountains rose sharply against the sky, cloaked in mist and mystery. As their ship approached the harbor, a figure emerged from the shadows. Qpn the legend surfaced to welcome his new recruits. "Welcome, young warriors," he said gruffly, his voice echoing with authority and pride. "You must be courageous and strong to be chosen by your queen. Idaho is no place for the faint-hearted. Here, you will learn to survive the harshest waters, to fight through the cold, and to become true warriors of the waters," he said as he led them toward the island. After a week of orientation, the young warriors were now acquainted with what lay ahead. From the icy waters to the brutal mountain battles, their resilience and spirit would be pushed to the limit. In the shadows of the mountains, the legend of the Red Swimmers would be forged anew. The first days were brutal. Qpn pushed them beyond their limits with relentless water survival exercises designed to test every ounce of their strength and willpower. They faced their grueling tests head-on, beginning with the brutal challenge of cold water endurance. They were submerged in icy depths, feeling their bodies shiver uncontrollably as the freezing waves crashed over them. Every second became a fierce battle against hypothermia, their muscles tightening painfully from the relentless cold. Yet, amidst the chaos, they fought to stay calm, conserving every ounce of energy to withstand the icy assault. After enduring the cold, they continued for hours and days, treading water tirelessly. Their arms and legs worked relentlessly as they fought exhaustion and fatigue, holding their breath against the constant motion of the waves. The ocean's currents proved to be their greatest obstacle, pulling them in unpredictable directions. Instead of fighting the turbulence blindly, they learned to adapt, using their strength and developing strategies to maintain their position. Over time, they gained confidence in managing the chaos of the waters. Despite their progress, new challenges emerged. They faced the difficult task of carrying logs while swimming against strong, rushing currents. Each stroke became a struggle, muscles aching and lungs demanding air. The water pushed their stamina to its limits, threatening to exhaust them completely. However, through sheer determination and resilience, they refused to give up. Day after day, they continued training and learning new tactics. Over the course of 2 years, their skills grew so significantly that Qpn even allowed them to go out hunting and swimming with his warriors. To some extent, Qpn believed they were ready. He was even considering sending them back home. During their routine deep dives, Mukolo's keen eyes detected a distant glimmer, an unfamiliar ship moving across the water. Before they could swim back, the vessel surged past them toward the island, leaving behind a trail of uncertainty. Moments later, the ship docked, and soldiers disembarked swiftly, their footsteps pounding loudly as they advanced toward Highland. Without warning, gunfire erupted on the island. Suddenly, panic overtook Mukolo and his friends, disrupting their calm instantly. Acting on instinct, they swam desperately toward the shoreline, their hearts pounding fiercely. As they ran toward the island, they nearly collided with a wounded soldier staggering into their path. He was clutching his side, gasping for breath, with blood streaming down his face. In a trembling voice, he delivered a chilling message. Their homeland had been overtaken. Chinese soldiers had seized control of the island. The warrior struggled to speak, his words barely more than a whisper. He had been sent by Qpn to deliver a message to Pamela. Pain etched across his face. He begged the two to carry his message, fearing he might not survive. He pointed toward a hidden boat nestled among the nearby bamboo thickets. Then, with a shudder, he collapsed onto the sand. The sight of him trembling in pain sent a wave of fear through Mukolo and his friends. Without hesitation, they hurriedly pushed the boat into the ocean and began rowing toward Reggae Nation. Mukolo and Murumbai arrived on the shores of Reggae Nation late in the evening. They went straight to Pamela's house. Upon receiving the sad news, Pamela's eyes hardened as she listened. Without hesitation, she rallied her warriors. Together, they prepared their guns and swords for a daring mission to rescue their captured kin. They arrived on the shores of Idaho at midnight. Just as they approached, they were greeted by a barrage of gunfire. The Chinese had spotted them from a distance. The attack on the shore was chaos, heavy gunfire, shouts of defiance, and the roaring wind of battle. Warriors fought fiercely, fighting for their kinsmen's freedom. Against all odds, they managed to overpower the Chinese soldiers and freed Shisanya's people. Victory, however, was fleeting. Reinforcements arrived from the enemy, flooding the island with even greater numbers. Faced with insurmountable odds, Pamela, Shisanya's people, and their allies made a heartbreaking decision: to retreat. With hearts pounding and minds racing, they boarded their ships in a desperate escape, sailing away from the island towards Reggae Nation.